Good morning, Bradley Lyle from our national board. Brad, why don't you take it away?
Thanks, Joe. I appreciate you letting me have this forum to be able to speak and express, what some of the things are that we're trying to accomplish up on the national level. First, a little bit about me. I been in security most all of my life. I was loss prevention manager for Lowe's companies for several years before moving here to Nashville and starting an IT security company. And so I've got a varied background in both physical and IT security. We started the chapter here in Middle Tennessee of InfraGard back at the beginning of 2002, and I was one of the founding members and on their board of directors, and was president here for 4 years before joining the national board. So I have a lot of understanding, I think, of what it takes to run a local IMA and some of the things that the IMAs look up to the national board for support, assistance, and guidance for. Since I've been on the national board this past year, one of the things I've been really trying to accomplish and involved in is sponsorship and generating an air of fiscal stability, both at the national level and down at the local level. I am on the chair of the sponsorship committee, a member of the audit committee, and member of the community outreach committee. So those areas all kind of tie in together. The other thing that I'm involved in currently is also the strategic plan that was recently unveiled at National Congress. And as chair of the funding section of the strategic plan, I am looking for additional people out in the IMA leadership area to join that committee, and also join our sponsorship committee to help us really chart the future of InfraGard. We've grown, almost tripled our size over the last 5 years in membership. And as a result, the administrative needs to be able to manage 40,000 members and 87 chapters is a bit daunting at times. And so the strategic plan was put in place to really give us a go-forward vision of the next 3 to 5 years of how to manage this growth properly. And we want as much input from the IMA leadership out there as possible, because it's all, at the end of the day, it's their organization.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. And, being accountable as the national board and being economically self-sufficient has got to be important to everyone on the INMA national board, as well as it is to our national partners at the FBI.
Yes.
I would think that they too want us to be financially self-sustaining, and not necessarily, doesn't mean we can't take advantage of grants if they're applicable to us. But, it's always nice to see viable entities standing up on their own, being able to kind of drive their own path, and make a difference out there in industry, which InfraGard is doing in so many different ways in so many different parts of the country. Why don't you get into the sponsorship program just a little bit deeper and tell us what's going on there, what some of the opportunities are for companies, and perhaps what some of the opportunities are for InfraGard members who maybe are out there looking for something to do and don't even realize what the opportunities are.
Sure. Thanks, Joe. One of the things with the sponsorship committee is we're looking at national level sponsors to bring in money, not just to the national level, but also to help it trickle down to the local level. As a former president, one of the things that I found challenging on a regular basis was getting good, nationally recognized, qualified speakers out to my local chapter to talk on specific topics relating to infrastructure protection and how those companies representing those infrastructures align their security goals and mission along with that of the mission of InfraGard. So one of the things the sponsorship program does is looking at those leaders of the different infrastructure sectors and their partnership with InfraGard and their sponsorship dollars coming in. It allows them the opportunity to go out to the local level and be able to speak at the local chapters, again talking about how their mission aligns with ours and getting exposure at the national level. Our greatest asset is our membership, our subject matter expertise out there. So a lot of companies and corporations want to be able to get in front of our membership. Now, the sponsorship committee itself is tasked with making sure that we don't get any sales pitches out there. I mean, that's the last thing that we want to do is have ABC company come out there and try to sell a bunch of widgets to our membership. And that's not what this is about. This is about companies that have the same kind of vision in protecting our communities, our local communities, our country, and our infrastructures that InfraGard shares. Opportunities for different members out there, whether it's an INMA president, someone on their board, or just someone active in their membership, is to get involved with the sponsorship committee. We've got a lot of things that we have to do as a committee. Again, vet those presentations to make sure that they're not sales pitchy going out there. Quality assurance, both with the IMAs, that they're happy with the presentation that they got and the speaker, and with the partner to make sure that they feel they received the value in going out to those IMAs. The byproduct of all of this is by getting these sponsors to provide these speakers, we're going to be able to create a speakers bureau that going forward, other IMAs can be able to tap into and say, hey, Joe Smith put on a great presentation in Boise, Idaho. We'd love to have him down in El Paso, Texas. How can we get him down here? So it's going to provide that kind of mechanism as a very productive byproduct.
Well, that sounds very, very interesting, and it's certainly something that is a dynamic program by the national board to be able to. Sorry about that. Our microphones are go a little wacky here. Let me just. Okay, let me turn that down for a second. All right. Hang in there just 1 second, Brett.
Sure.
Okay, there we go. All right. So, it's a very it's all these non-for-profit. I'm getting feedback. It's coming from here? No, it's not coming from here. I don't know if it's coming from his computer or us. All right. So anyway, just staying on point here, just to to get through all of this here, despite our audio, whatever's going on with our audio. Of course, our mics went down. You know what I'm going to do, Brad? I'm just going to stay.